Hey everybody, this is Micah Bowers and
I'm Jenson Charnell,
President of Inventec Marine Solutions, builders of life-proof boats. Hey, we're excited for you guys to take a part and watch this video. We're gonna do a recap for you of 2022, look ahead at 2023, what exciting new builds we have on the paper. We're also gonna talk to you about some design updates we've done for 2022, equipment that we loved, maybe some we didn't love so much.
Yeah.
We're gonna focus on the ones we love though. And then we're gonna talk about what's coming around for 2023, boat shows, growth of the business. Hey, if you're interested in being an employee here moving forward, we're gonna talk about the business for you, give you some insight into what's happening, and we hope you wanna join the team.
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
So 2022, what did we like? What boats did we do this year that stood out to you?
Well, 2022 was so amazing. We had so many standout boats that really leveraged the company further forward, and the biggest of them all was our 50-footer.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the 50 is something we've been working on for 2 years now. And when we started this company, we always said 17 feet up to 50 feet. Well, we did it. We hit 50 this year. Couldn't be more thrilled. And what's even more rewarding, I think, is that the client loves the boat, and it has just been a wonderful project for all of us involved.
Yeah. The key thing there with the 50-footer was the Mercury 600s. We're going to talk about that more later.
Yeah.
But also, those 600s we used on multiple platforms in the last year.
Oh, man.
The 41-footer was our first that we
Yeah.
actually delivered in 2021. And it turned out absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
But right after that, we did our first 35
Yep.
with twin 600s. Talk
Yep.
about that boat.
Yeah, so the 35-foot full cabin with the twin 600s was at the Seattle Boat Show last year. You probably saw some pictures of it. It was called Fantastic. And you know, when the project came along and we're talking about putting the 600s on the 35, we'd done that boat numerous times with the pair of 425s. We've done some triple 300s. We knew that the transom would handle the weight. We did some design updates to the boat to make sure it could support it and handle it. And man, it was a fun boat. It was a rocket ship.
It performed so good. The fuel economy is great. And then, of course, what the 600s gave us back at the stern of the boat as far as area around them for storing other things, fishing, barbecuing, dinghy rack area, you name it. It just cleaned the transom up so nicely. Couldn't be happier with that platform.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of the most popular boats moving forward for us. Everyone that gets on board of it really likes that boat, and so we've got a lot of builds coming up of different sizes, you know, and a great one just finishing right now. We're going to hopefully have it at the Seattle Boat Show for 2023. Beautiful boat, painted well with the 600s. So we also did a 35 yacht line this year.
Oh man!
So that was unique, and a 39 yacht line.
Another 39 yacht line.
Yeah.
So that's the second 39 yacht line we've done. The first one we did with triple 425s. This year we built with the twin 600s, and again, so many more improvements to the platform because of the propulsion, but also little details the clients brought us with feedback on the platform. It's been fantastic to get to build that boat again.
Yeah, beautiful boat too.
Yeah.
The gray on gray tubes, gray rub rail on the white paint. I thought it was a gorgeous boat. And we did some design updates, tweaking for them on that platform, mainly on the rear deck arrangements to make the seating. We had done a boat, a GT Coupe, a few years ago, really cool boat, a 35 GT Coupe, and we basically incorporated that rear locker setup and it has center walk through to the transom. You know, it's interesting if you look back at the triple 425 39 yacht line versus the twin 600s. You know, what performance was pretty similar.
Very similar.
The 425 was, I think, a little faster actually.
Yeah, the original boat with 425s was a little faster. And you know, you get that fun sound of the engines, that kind of roar of a race car engine.
Yep.
It definitely has that tone to it. But with the twin 600s, it is so quiet.
It's different.
It's extremely enjoyable to be on the back deck, cruising at 40 and have a conversation.
Yeah, it was a great package. And then, as we briefly talked about already, we did it in a 35-foot yacht line. So a model that we've been asked to do a few times now. And so we decided to add it to the portfolio. So now our product line is a 33 yacht line, a 35 yacht line, and a 39 yacht line. And then, you know, one day here we'll do the 50 yacht line as well. It's something we're working on. And, you know, they share the same hull designs as the recreational, you know, commercial platforms as well. Everything kind of shares that same hull DNA, but we're really working on the ergonomics, the arrangements, the equipment, just the design aesthetics of it and the finishing work, which just adds a lot of value to those platforms and makes them special, and that's why we call them the Outline.
Well, yeah, the fit and finish, the paint job at the end of the day, what really defines that yacht line is that the look of the glass to the white sides, how sharp and smooth they are, how fair things are. It turns out fantastic. Been very pleased with the yacht line series. And it's been so wonderful that our clients have enjoyed them as well. Yeah. And they actually go and use them. They're not just a pretty boat.
Right.
They actually truly use them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's great. And you're also noticed too, I mean, one of the ergonomic details is the whole interior arrangements are almost reversed.
Yeah.
And so as you see that online, you'll see what makes them different and special. And we do that so that we can try and really hit on the different types of users out there and give them all something special that works exactly the way they need it to in the field.
I think one of the other boats this year that came out, we had sold early on in the company a number of small 25 full cabins, and one or two since then. But a year ago, get an order for a 27 full cabin, a refresh of the design, a refresh of the hull, a refresh of the cabin, a lot of great feedback included into that. And it has turned out fantastic, and then we've had multiple sales of that boat since then. We've now gotten to do it in multiple configurations, which is great because it really shows what that product can do in a smaller package. Twin 300 still seems to be what everybody wants on it.
Seems like a lot of power, but it's a great fit.
It feels fantastic. It's not too much. It's just right. And that's what's great. We got to go out on a fantastic kind of rough day.
I know you guys all want to see the boats out on the rough water, and one day we'll get it with the right equipment. It's all about equipment and how we can film it. But we did it, and it was great.
Yeah, we don't want to lose a $5,000 drone because the weather was bad. So it's always touch and go. But we got to go out in some rough water, and that 27 hull was just amazing.
Yeah, we were keeping up with a 39 yacht line, for example, right next to it, and double the weight. And we're both running almost 40 knots in some really snotty weather, just blowing water over the back of the cabin, and it was wonderful. So
the boat feels solid. It has a lot of accommodations for a small package, and it's just finishing out nicely. We got more that we're building into 2023, so you're going to continue to see those get delivered.
Very popular model for us moving forward. What else did we do this year? We updated, we got a new 27, that's going to be for 2023, sorry. But one of the big ones was the OTH contract, which stands for Over the Horizon, and that's the Coast Guard contract that we have been awarded. And that's exciting for the business, exciting for the team, something we've really been working on for a while because we love that platform. It's perfect for us.
It's a 25.5-foot long boat, 8.5 feet wide, so it's not the biggest boat in our portfolio, but there's a lot of them. The U.S. Coast Guard uses the heck out of this boat. Right? Inboard diesel, water jet, some of the latest and greatest equipment that you can get. Hamilton Water Jets out of New Zealand developed a new control system based on their AVX system, which actually is a single joystick for a single jet. It won't crab walk the boat sideways, but you can kind of wiggle the boat. You can do quite a lot with it. That was just incredible. The new jet from Hamilton, the HJX series, we use the new HJX 29, and it does have more thrust at a lower speed. You get greater slow speed maneuverability. The platform turned out fantastic. It was a program that we went after because it was something that seemed right for us. It seemed like it was like the next thing the company wanted to have, was something that was on repeat eventually. And when we got down selected to build a demonstrator boat, it went head to head against 3 other of the top competitors here for work boat platforms of that in the nation. The Coast Guard and the Navy, they beat them up for several months out in the East Coast. They got to go on and off cutters. Multiple crews got on them. And at the end of the day, when you read the report of why our company was selected, it was because that boat handled better and maintained a higher speed and was the more comfortable boat in a heavy sea state. So running hard and fast with a crew on board, you need to be able to go for long distances over the horizon. That's its name. And so it has a 200 nautical mile range. It has to go 100 miles out and 100 miles back and bring everybody home.
Yeah, it's a neat boat. And like we always said to the whole program, all we wanted to do is build the best boat. What didn't really matter to us if we did win, we wanted to win, but it was all about building the best boat, and I think we clearly did that, and that's a credit to the team that worked on the project. So that's a big program this year. That's going to continue on for a number of years for us, and we're excited about that. It's a big part of our growth plan for the business. And then what else did we do we liked? Well, we liked our update to the WAC. So we did an update to our WAC design, and that's been incredibly popular in the professional series. And that's really what it's tailored after. Now, every now and then we do get requests for it on a recreational basis, which we clearly will do, but it is a really great professional working platform. And if you haven't seen much about it, you should check it out. We've done it, the 31 WAC is really just a perfect package. And for 2023, we've downsized it to 27 as well. It's a 10-foot beam boat. It kind of needs to be to really get the ergonomics right to walk around the cabin. But it's exciting.
Oh, as a minimum, yeah. It's the big thing when we redeveloped the cabin was visibility. So you'll notice if you go take a look at the walk around cabin on our website, is that just incredible visibility out of the front windows. It was key not to lose structural integrity of the cabin by making the pillars too small, but we needed a balance. We needed great visibility. We needed structural integrity. We needed to be able to seat a number of people in that cabin, have space to add to it.
Yep.
Our system is set up to where you can have a trunk off the front, you can have a plumbed head on board, you can have people sitting in the back, you can have a dinette in there if you needed to. But at the end of the day, 2 really good shock mitigated seats at the helm, sliding doors on the sides of the cabin, and then you place that right on a good hole. Like Micah said, the 31-foot hole is an extremely well-balanced platform. And then suddenly you've got an amazing machine that's out there working hard for you.
Yeah, and what's exciting for 2023 is that the WAC, the 31 WAC, we got one that we fired off today, triple 400s. So that's going to be a rocket ship. Stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and then looking to 2023, what else we've got planned that we're excited about, there's a boat just a few behind us here that we're pretty excited about. It's a big boat. It's not a 50, but you're calling it a 43, right?
Well, the hull itself is a 43 by 14, and with a swim step off the back, it's actually 47 feet overall.
Yeah.
It is a big boat. It actually has quite a lot of room on board. This one's set up more for lake use.
Yeah, kind of a day use boat.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
A number of shock mitigated seats in the cabin, a great rear deck, over 2 large man inboard diesel engines with Hamilton HJ 364 jets and the newest AVX control system from Hamilton Jet. So it's got absolutely everything. That thing will stop on a dime, hold its position amazingly well while you're setting up to connect to your buoy, you name it. But it's a custom configuration.
Yep.
It's a tall house and set up for good, comfortable ergonomics, getting in and out. And we kind of tailored it like a yacht line.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It looks like a yacht line, and it's dressed like a yacht line. It'll be a very pretty boat. So stay tuned for that too. For 2023, we also have another 41 we're excited about that we're going to be building. We've updated our T-top models a little bit on some of the ergonomics and designs for the tops. We have a number of them on order, and so we're looking at just little tweaks here and there to continue to improve upon the platform. One of the boats that we're still looking for the right opportunity for, to let everybody know, is we'd love to build a 41 hardtop. So what that means to us is it's a 41-foot center console. It's on our hardtop platform design. We've done a 31, we've done a 33, we did a 27, and we've designed this boat many years ago. I think it was right when we went to Lauderdale at one time. We designed this boat and we put it out there and got great feedback. It's a very pretty design. Looking for the right opportunity, so if you guys want to get on that.
Oh, inspired by the Florida sun, absolutely. And it's going to be a boat that has a little bit of everything in that great hardtop configuration. Mm-hmm. So it's a great fishing boat, it's a great day boat. You can sleep on board, it's got accommodations, you can barbecue off the back, but it's also a go fast boat.
Yeah.
It's a go fast fun boat. So, and that was always one of the key things. We have a great hull for it. We have the idea for the top side. It'd be amazing to build that boat.
Yeah, yeah. And then looking forward to what we liked, we wanted to hit on the things that we liked and we learned this year, 2022, equipment things that came out that excited us. And I think we've already spoke to the 600s. think we did like 18 of them over the last 12 months. We've got many more to go. That was probably one of our favorite highlights for 2023.
It was just amazing opening each one of the packages every time you get a delivery of 600s. How can you not be happy?
Yeah, we did a number of funny videos and skits over the year that just highlighted our excitement for those engines, and I think you guys did too, because we got just great feedback from everybody. But some of the other things, we put down a few of our notes so that we could keep track of them, because there was some other good highlights. We really enjoyed using the BEP Smart Battery Hub. It's something we've incorporated into a lot of our platforms now, because it is basically a digital switching system to control the batteries and the engines in the house, and it's got a shunt built into it, and it's very robust. It's IP rated, it's ignition protected, it's water egress protected, and it's just a lot easier to have this little small keypad to control your engine batteries at your helm versus the big rotary switches.
The key for us has been make boats simpler, make them easier, and it's fantastic to see that some of our suppliers are on the same page, right? I mean, what you want to come into the boat, you don't want to have open a manual to learn how to turn your boat on. Right. You want it to be simple. These things deep in the weeds, deep in the guts of the boats, that's what they're doing. It's also cleaning up the rigging inside these boats to where it's opening up more storage capacity.
It's a big part.
Because it's reducing part count. It's minimizing the impact on the platform because, let's face it, the equipment is getting smarter, and that's helped out a lot.
Yeah, really happy with that platform. Yamaha did some updates to their rigging, and we're real happy with that. We got to do some of the integrated steering systems from Yamaha, and really it surprised us at first because we did a pair of 300s, and lo and behold, it's the 425, transom mount bracket that they're using on the 300, and so that was interesting to see, and it's a totally different size, so just take that into mind when you're considering it on your boat. But it was nice. Their system is really good, and we've got a lot of good builds with that steering system from them, and we like it a lot.
We definitely love engines that come with integrated steering, but when they don't, one of the steering packages I'd like to talk about is the C-Star Solutions electronic power steering.
Yeah, the EPS.
The EPS system, right?
Nice.
Regardless of whether you get joystick or not, just the electronic power steering. It's fantastic as far as the minimum amount of space it takes up, again, saving room for other things. Yeah. And two, power draw.
Yeah. That's a big part. Yeah. There's a lot of power steering pumps out there. They run all the time, right? And so they're constantly drawing juice off your batteries, even if you're idling. And if you're a fisherman and you've got a lot of equipment on and you're idling a lot, it's not a great setup. So we like solutions that don't draw a lot of power when you're fishing.
This definitely helps reduce some of the taxing of your electrical system.
And gives us some space back, because storage is a premium always. We did another diesel outboard this year, and we also demoed the other brand. There's a few key brands out there. So we've done a few boats now. We see the technology getting better. Actually, in the end of the day, I think that they're a nice design and setup for the right application. They're still not for everybody. And so you do need to experience them for yourselves, and if you're interested in building it with us, just talk to us. We'll give you some pointers and where it's the right fit. They're not for everybody, and that's probably all we'll say about it.
Well, and it's still a thing with the price per horsepower in a gas outboard versus a diesel. You're going to pay less up front, and when gas is cheaper than diesel, even though you might get some fuel economy savings with the diesel, you're going to end up inevitably probably balanced out with a gas outboard. So it just it depends on the mission, and that's why it's good to have the conversations with you and see what's going to work best for your situation.
And remember, you can't, you got companies out there that have got so much time on the water with their equipment, and they've refined it, and there's something to be said for that, right? Because they've been in it for so long, and so they'll continue to get better, but it's hard to compete when you've got a gas outboard that is bulletproof on its own. It can do 6,000 hours. Not all of them can. I get it, and how they're driven and maintained and all that. But I've seen them do that too. So anyway, something to be said there for that. Yeah. We already talked about Hamilton's system. We like that. Fusion. We continue to enjoy their head units. They've updated a few models this year, and that's been nice. So. A good system there, and their amplifiers have been good. We also really like Hertz. We've done a lot of Hertz. The speakers they sound phenomenal. GL Audio sounds phenomenal too. We've done a lot of GL Audio stuff. Had a lot of great feedback. But we've kind of gone to the Fusion head units just because they're just so solid and they integrate so well. We do a lot of Garmin, you know.
The user interface is simple, right? Once you know one, you know them all, and it's really easy for anyone to get on the boat, pair their phone to it, and be going. So that's been fantastic.
We also this year with the VHF shortage, you may not have realized it, but in the industry there was a huge VHF shortage for a long time. And so we went searching to Miami of what other solutions were out there and available so we could finish boats. We came across the Vesper, and the Vesper was purchased by Garmin this year, and they have done a nice job. It's an integrated AIS Class B, single unit. It's small, it's compact, it looks modern, it looks almost like a cell phone. It's got a colored LCD display. So, you know, in today's modern times, it's kind of nice to see a modern VHF, which I think we hadn't really seen that fully yet. Colored LCD displays, we've seen them on a few, but they still look traditional. This is unique. And, you know, time will tell because we're still in year one of kind of using it. And I think there's been, you know, some people have said, hey, it's not as powerful as maybe some of the other units out there, which totally understand. But it seems to work fine for a lot of applications. I think it's been great for us. And the integration's been good, so I like that. And then one of the other key things that came out this summer was Mercury and Sepner, you know, side power. They combined software to be able to integrate the bow thruster into the joystick system with Mercury, and that's the first time an outboard has been able to really work the joystick for the outboard with the bow thruster. Great.
We've been talking about it for years, like it should be just easy, but finally the companies came together, made it happen, and it worked, and it works great. So that was, you know, it took us a minute because we're so used to either just joystick or the sticks and
two hands,
yeah. You know. So, but once you figured out that hey, it's all there on the joystick, it worked great. Clients are very happy with it,
and you can turn it on and off.
Yeah,
just push a button. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah, perfect.
Things we're working on, equipment-wise, we're working on our own davit system. We built one, we put it on a boat. It's been great. We're going to continue to work on that and refine that to be an offering. Our rear sun shade covers for the rear deck, the manual put-up ones. We did that at the Seattle Boat Show last year. First boat was the fantastic 35, and that was wonderful as well. So we're going to do more of those.
I can say at the Boats Afloat show in September, it was fantastic to have that sun cover back there on the 35 we were showing at the time. And, you know, people really enjoyed how simple it was to take it off, put it on, you store it. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and that's been great.
Yeah. We also wanted to give you guys kind of a brief on our business side, so you got to get an understanding. You know, we're going to be looking for a number of team members next year. There might be some of you looking to you know, to get into this business. We have with the OTH program, you know, that's going to ramp up. And so for us, it's adding a number of boats to the production queue. We're up to about 85 people this year. We're doing about 44, 45 boats a year. We're going to, you know, go up next year, and then we're going to keep growing up. We'll be in that 70 to 80 boats a year range shortly here. You know, we've added new company benefits, which has been great. Yep. You know, 401k and others.
I think that, you know, the key things about the business that's been fantastic is, one, the backlog is there with regards to, you got the program, but your recreational sales for regular boats or just your police, law enforcement, search and rescue boats has been just solid every year. And so our general backlog, when we're telling people, is right now for a 35-foot full cabin, it's been up to 3 years to get one of these boats. So if you place an order with us, and
but don't let that delay you from doing it.
Yeah, go ahead and place an order.
Because, you know, if you're on the queue, you're in the queue. And so if anything happens, we just move you up. But you got to get in line for that reason.
Well, the big thing there is, you know, that the companies continue to see that the brand has continued to grow, and we're continuing to invest in the community here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and so part of that for this next year we're working on, we have a groundbreaking soon for a new facility that we're building just down the street from our current headquarters here, just a few blocks, and 60,000 square foot modern shop set up for building boats. We're really excited about that expansion.
Oh yeah, this shop's going to take us into the next 30 years of really having a great headquarter to work out of. Right now we're in 4 buildings. Those who've been around to the shops have seen it. It's a little broken up. It works, but this building is going to give us a big roof to put a number of the projects under. We'll probably end up keeping another building or two around here as well.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, we have so much capacity, we've already outgrown the building we're about to build.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the fun things we do every week, just so you guys know, is that all the team members, we all get together on Fridays and we buy lunch for everybody. And that's one of the funnest things we do as a business. It's a great benefit for our employees, but it's a lot of fun for all of us to get together. And then we crawl around the boats and we talk about the boats and a really positive atmosphere, a real positive culture. And I can't speak highly enough about that and the team members that we have and how they all embrace it. It's a real positive place. So if you are considering, looking at the team, you got to check it out. So
well, we always talk about, if you're going to build a company, build it the way you want it to be, the way I want it to be, the way Micah wants it to be. When we come to work, we want to have an atmosphere where we enjoy the company of our team members.
Yeah.
And that means having actual communication. And the lunches give us that time to take a second, reflect, and give thanks.
Yeah.
And because every week, you made it through another week, fantastic. Well, we've always got years and years of goals to get through, but we got to give our thanks right now for the days we've been blessed with.
Yeah, real open communication. That's kind of how we rock. It's an open door policy, at our office. So, for boat shows this year, 2023, what do we have cooking? We got Seattle just about to start.
Whew. 9 days of Seattle.
9 days. If you haven't been there, it's a long one, but it's exciting. It's fun. We're gonna have 2 boats this year. We're gonna have a great booth location, more visibility than we've had in the past, and it's all based on what we finish. But right now we're projected to take a 35-foot full cabin with a pair of 600s. We've also got the new 27 there. So
that's going to be key. So you're going to get to see 2 full cabin boats and be able to experience kind of the yin and the yang of the size platforms and what they have for capabilities. But we got a new spot too. It'll be great.
Yeah, and then we're looking at doing the Palm Beach Boat Show, but we haven't confirmed that yet. We're working on them for space. We've got some police and professional shows to do. And then we'll do the Newport, Rhode Island show for sure.
Probably the boats afloat as well out in Seattle.
Absolutely, boats afloat. Yeah, that's one we do every year. We really enjoy it. So, and then if everything works out, maybe we'll have some for Lauderdale this year. We've done it in the past. We really like that show. It's a lot of fun. But for us, the timing and the right boat, having them in the right place, the right time, when the client's not using it, there's a lot of factors that go into us being at some of these Florida-based shows. And we'll definitely try and get out there more.
Well, and I think beyond this, the boat shows, for our existing clients here in the Northwest, we're going to do our first rendezvous.
Yeah.
And that's going to be really exciting because we have so many people here, just in Washington State alone, in the Puget Sound, that use their boats as commuters. And we're going to get together this year and really celebrate our clients, our team, and the brand, and what's happened since the company started in 2014.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And if you've got questions about anything we do, again, you can email us at info@inventecmarine.com. It'll come to one of us, and we'll get you an answer.
Looking forward to talking with you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.